All right, doing a sound check. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the little delay here to get started. I'm very new to streaming, so I'm having a difficult time actually like figuring out all the technical details. So I took a trade right at the open, and thought that would probably be it for the day. But I'm in another trade now. So we're going to live stream that trade. So you see I've got a long position here. I also have a short position, and that's kind of what I want to highlight for you with TradeBlade. We're actually hoping that this short position wins. The eval is really nothing to us. It's not real money. It costs $40, and we would just happily fail that. That's how the make failed evals pay you, how that kind of works. We take an opposite order, but we do it on a micro. We do the main, the prop account gets a mini, which is the big one, and then 1/10 the size is MNQ here. So I've got a short on MNQ right now. Now this already had about a $94 net balance on it from the earlier trade I took. But the idea is pretty clear here. You can see here's the live money trade that I would like to win. You can see this trade earlier I took. So the idea here is that we're risking kind of a lot here. We're risking $300 to make 100. You might say, well, why? That makes no sense. It doesn't until you see this, that the NQ trade, look at the NQ chart, the NQ trade gets a funded account if it reaches this point. And when it's funded, it has a $2,000 drawdown just like the eval does. And what we do is we try to fail this eval and recover some of the money. We double our hedge size from 1 to 2, so a $2,000 drawdown that we capture with the hedge money captures $400, or average of 378, because there is some capture loss in rare scenarios. So we give back $85, but that's only a 30% occurrence, whereas most of our occurrences, 60%, we make $157. That's after our expenses. So this one occurs twice as often and makes twice as much as the one negative. This is also a positive. Scenario 3 is the payout. And you might think, well, that's got to be the good one. Well, it looks good on paper. Problem here is this takes 4 to 5 weeks to develop. And in that 4 or 5 week period, you could make $3 grand here. Well, you could make 1,500. Let's say we get 10 trading, 20 trading days out of this 4 or 5 weeks. Let's say we fail every single eval, and you fail these in 2 stages. You lose 1,000 on the first day and 1,000 on the second day, and that gets you your minus 2,000. But you collect 200 real money. So this 157 right here can be had in 2 days. So let's say you had a good streak where you're failing lots of evals. I know that's the opposite of what we're trying to do. But with TradeBlade, you're trying to actually fail these. So let's say you fail for 20 trading sessions, 10 total evals you failed. that's $1,570 you've made right there, versus 740, which is half the money. And you also have to lay out the hedge drag, so you're down $1,000 as you wait for the payout to land in your account. So, but this is not a losing situation. It just sort of drags your EV down a little bit. So anyways, we're back here. We're gonna just maybe see if we can win another trade here. It looks like this is just gonna continue on. So this may be a bad trade for us. But again, this bad trade will result in a funded account, of which I can recover most of the hedge drag and be down about $85 or so. So there's really no threat. And that's kind of the most fun thing. There's two really fun things about using TradeBlade. One, once you launch the trade, you can't move the stops, you can't move the targets. The strategy controls those. So you can't move them, you can't change. And essentially, there's really no pressure whether you win or lose a trade, because you have a recovery path or a winning path no matter what. So a little zoom out. This is a pullback into now I would, if I were betting on this right now, I would say this is probably going to hit the prop firm target, and I will lose $300 on my hedge account. So again, you're not really losing it. You're more putting it from checking into savings, and you get that back once you resolve or most of it back after you resolve the funded challenge. And again, yeah, you could go for the payouts, but I'm telling you, it just makes so much more money if you just try to fail these. And this is set to a 40% passing of the evals, which is what the barrier math suggests it should be, based on a 1 day to pass Apex 50K account with a $3,000 profit and a $2,000 end of day drawdown. You're looking at about a 40% pass rate there. If you have edge where you can skew this lower, because you want to fail these, you want to fail the Apex accounts. If you have enough edge where you can sort of push this lower, then you'll do far better. So this is a fairly, 40%, that's 30% above the industry average. But the industry average doesn't have the new rules and so forth. So, but you want to just, if this happens to pass, then what we want to do is go ahead and tomorrow, when this is set up, we want to go ahead and fail this as quickly as possible. 2 trades, we want to be done with this, because we're dragging $443, and we're going to make about $400 back of that. So we're going to be down around $43 if we fail it in two trading days. If we don't fail it in 2 trading days, it'll bring in some other stuff like commissions, more than we would have if we had only 2 trades. More commissions, and there's a little bit of slippage when you're exiting, with stops. Only, like for example, only this long. The profit target is the limit order, but the short here is a stop order. So This can sometimes get filled a couple of ticks worse. So if I was betting on this right now, I would bet that this would go all the way through here, but look, it's already pushing back from even this high. It's a big run up. When there's a big run up like this, you're gonna get some sell off. You're gonna get a little bit. So I don't know if this is gonna be a good enough trade to do this, but we have just as good a chance of hitting this here than we do hitting this. I think it's probably about 50-50 right now.
Keeping time, you trace circles on my shoulder, saying nothing, saying all. Footprints fading in the phone bed, like we're ready to fall. Take me where the midnight tides rolling.
And it's always good news for us if we're in a. Okay, so this is the long. This is the evaluation account, but let's bring up the hedge account, the real money account. So we're short here, and this doesn't look good. On top of it, this F6, or sorry, this high, it's gonna get tested. We're gonna go into this area, I believe, before we get back down here. But once it gets above all of this, it's a long way up to here, up to this high, and it when there's too many buyers, you can't buy at a good price. So the sellers come in, the buyers kind of relax. The sellers come in and they sell a bit. Who knows if this will make it all the way down to here. We're hoping it does. And then we will have, we will be down 1,000 on our Eval account. And you need to be down 2,000 to blow it. And so we're just trying to blow every account. And notice here, you'll probably never stream, but if I left click this would reveal my actual, it wouldn't say hedge live cash, it would say hedge and the account number. So that's how I normally trade it when I'm not streaming. Eval 6, it just converts the evals and the PAs into nondescript numbers so that you can't see my, Apex account. So they have good security over there, but it's nice to just not even provide the account number, one piece of the puzzle. And what I know about the Asian market at this time is these moves right here, like this, just happened very unusual. This typically does not happen at this time of day. You had a sweep of the previous day low, I believe, here, or nearly. Yeah, this was the previous day low. So it swept the previous day low. Then I went long here with my live account. My prop account, I went short. And so we're going to try to take another mean reversion trade here. So that's kind of the idea. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, TradeBlade treats market price action as totally random. All my tests for the EV, they're all random walk tests. They're not based on any strategy that makes money. Yeah, all of these figures, these are all Monte Carlo derived. Like if I move this from 3,000 to 1,500, you see the computing thing? That's because there's a Monte Carlo back there running random trials. That's why sometimes this total down here will sometimes be different based on, like here, this is different. It was minus 85, now it's minus 87. So it's all, I'm not trying to hide any math. I'm trying to make it as rigorous as possible. And why? I want a system where I can go live in Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe, have a great life, not have to sweat money, be able to go anywhere, do anything I want, no boss. And so I built this. This is what I built this for. If you're also like that, if you're done being on the Eval roller coaster ride, this might be for you. So the way I'm reading this price action right now, it's so we had this big run up. That's almost an exhaustion candle. It's not quite, but usually the last candle is, now if it's getting through something, that's a different story, but it never really got through anything here. This is a very weak bullish move. I really, and you know, with this looking almost like a doji about to close, there's not a lot of strength here to continue this on, and you'll find that during the Asian markets, and we may get, there's no guarantee. Trading is risky. You can and will lose money. There are ways to win, but it takes incredible discipline, and I don't have that kind of discipline. Make me trade without TradeBlade, and I'll lose all kinds of money. Because TradeBlade trades once per day per account, and you can't oversize. You can't. You literally can't oversize. Like if I trade 2 NQs instead of 1 NQ, the profit targets and the stop losses shrink by half. So you can't even oversize. It's everything I've ever needed in a piece of trading, a tool for traders. It's the best I've ever seen, because this came from my needs, what I wanted to have. I wanted a trade copier embedded. So we have one. It's got a guaranteed fills mode. Those are market orders are always fired. Exact price, which is still considered test. Use this only with SIM accounts, just to make sure you understand that sometimes things don't get filled if they're not market orders. But it's very, very easy to use. Oh shoot, there's my hedge account number right there. Okay, so I need to make sure that this affects any trade copier launch, because it just revealed my account. But anyway, so I wanted that. I wanted a trade copier. We have a trade copier. You know, I wanted to be able to on the fly change the SL and TP right here on the pair card. It does it. I wanted to be able to open up charts to the correct account on them. No clutter, nice little HUD display. That's what we have. Fast, loads fast. I mean, just really a fan. And I think you'll love it. Look, I mean, here's the problem I'm gonna have with getting customers. You've got 1,000 gurus out there saying they can tell you how to predict the future based on what happened in the past. And I'm not saying that can't be done, because guys like Tom Hugard, they actually do. He actually does that. But it's extremely difficult, takes an extreme amount of patience, and it takes a decade or more of experience to get to that level. I don't want to learn this in a decade or two. I want to make money now. So why not go where all the money is? Be booking myself. Taking the opposite sides of my own orders. I mean, that's the smartest thing to do. Now I can make money now. With $2,000 in a live hedge account, you can actually generate about $500 a month. Now, the standard deviation on that is about 500 too. So you won't make 500 every month. You'll make 0 one month, and maybe 1,000 the next month, and it'll average out to 500. We did 1 million back tests of this. So there was one occurrence of a minus $666. I remember the exact. I was like, "What the heck is the devil doing here in these results?" But yeah, that was a very rare. It was like a 1 in a million. Most of the time, you're going to make around $500 a month on 2K. So you can double your account in 4 months. Double it 3 times in a year. You can go from $2,000 to having now 16 grand by only taking 5-10 minutes additional per day. Launch the trade, and I am live streaming through this, but normally I would just be ignoring this and doing whatever I want, because that leaves you with less temptations. You sitting in front of the computer watching the trade can only hurt you. It can't help you at all. You can't end a trade early, because then there goes all your expected value that you hopefully calculated for yourself for your strategy. So if you're all discretionary, then you can't measure your results. You don't know if your strategy has edge. You're taking different trades with different stop losses and profit targets all the time. There's no way to know what you're doing. Get rid of all that. I mean, if you currently don't have a mathematically derived expected value for your trading, for your day trading, dude, come join TradeBlade. You don't have this? I know you don't. I never did. Maybe you do. But this is exact EVs, and this isn't blessing me with, let's assume a really low eval pass rate. No, we're assuming a very high eval pass rate. Look at how much weighted EV goes up to $141 from 90. That makes these two scenarios almost nothing. If you fail these at the industry average of 10%, dude, you'll do better than me. Let's move this around a little bit, 20%. So the range of reaching your payout is between, if you get a fund, from funded, not from eval, from funded, how many of those get to payout? 1 in 4 to 1 in 5. I've seen as high as 1 in almost 3. So 30, like 29, 30%. So I like assuming 25%. It doesn't matter if it's 25 or 20. It's going to reduce the weighted EV, but it's not going to be enough to kill anything or hurt anything. So this is a very shallow pullback, which suggests to me that it's not going to get down here. It's probably, again, going to stay here. Unfortunately, for the Asian market, they lack the follow-through that, you know, pre-market or late Asian has. So if that's the case, if we don't see a bunch of volume coming in, and we shouldn't for a few hours, this could just kind of meander on down here. But I didn't like how shallow this was until right now. This is much more promising, but this little shallow, really non-committal selling activity, and I didn't really like it. This is the pair card here that launched the trade, both trades. So it's cool. With one button, you automatically launch your prop account and the hedge predefined by the number that you want here in the config wizard. This is the config wizard. That's just what I call it. It's not labeled. You set your prop account to whatever, you know, Apex 1333 number 1 goes right there. Hit next, and the second one we'll use 21. It'll be your live account. Now with NinjaTrader, it's a number, so that will go there. We'll do a direct entry trade NQ. This is automatically preset to the most liberal trading windows. The trading start time will adjust to whatever time zone you're in. So if you're in East Coast and you get to this thing, it will not say 5 for you, it will say 6 p.m. The trading stop time, I set that, you know, again, this is the most liberal trading windows. I don't recommend trading from 5 to 3:45. This just allows you maximum freedom. You can set these. If you have any like problems with discipline and you want to trade certain windows, this is what this is good for governing your trades. And then the hard exit time is if you have any open trades at all, they will be liquidated at that time. Risk asymmetry, I'm not really happy with how this came out. So I'm gonna skip that and I'm gonna just come down here, make sure this is set to 3K. That will get me a funded account. 1K is the most I can risk on a 50K account in one day, so we'll set these to the max. That way we either win $100 or we get a funded account. And you're thinking, yeah, but shouldn't I set this to, or maybe you're thinking, shouldn't I set this to $3,005, $3,010 just to make sure that the commissions are all accounted for and I still reach the 3,000, because it's got to say 3,000 on the account. And I'll show you that here. This right here is automatically set to cover commissions. Now you can toggle that off and just get the exact 3,000, but this will cover your commissions. And if you hover over it, it will pad the TP by 2 ticks. It essentially is number of contracts plus 1 tick. So if you have 2 contracts, you'll have 2 ticks, or you'll have 3 ticks. You'll have 1 for each of the contracts and then one extra. So we're covered on the commissions. So this is good right here. So now I would say we're about 75% chance we're going to hit this. This is the exact risk asymmetry here. We're going to naturally win 75% of the time with a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But since this is kind of showing some life as it's selling a little bit, I'd bump that up a little bit. So I think there's a higher likelihood we're going to hit this now. But it changes throughout, right? So, you know, and that's how it should. The buyers and sellers change throughout. You have to understand what's happening currently. But here's the thing. It doesn't even really matter with TradeBlade. These values and wins, these values here, they are actually all based on random walk, no edge whatsoever. So if you have any edge at all, you'll do better than this. If you're purposely trying to fail the evals and you have edge, you will do better than this number. Let's say you get it down to 25%. Goes up to 117 from $92 weighted EV. So if your system doesn't have an expected EV, an EV calculation like this, you don't really ever know what you're going to do. You don't really have a system. You're hitting and hoping. This is the only real system out there right now. The only one. You're like, well, no, not the only one. Yeah, the only one. It's the only one that lets you win no matter what happens. So this is disappointing to look at because we had a rejection and we got some life in us to go up higher. So, you know, that's disappointing because I've won like 9 hedge trades in a row, but you're bound to lose eventually.
Hold my body, hold my breath till the stars sink into the sea. Ride this moonlit tide with me till the morning pulls us free. Salt on my lips, sand in my shoes. trace your name on my back like a secret. You laugh in the dark, glow on your skin. We talk about nothing, like that's everything. Ride this moonlit tide with me. Let the night decide for me. If we're just a moment, or something we keep. Hold my body, hold my breath, till the stars sink into the sea. Ride this moonlit tide with me, till the morning pulls us free.
I'm sure that's okay. It's still a little quieter than me, but I won't be talking for a little while. We'll just listen to some music, watch a little bit of price action.
Time gets lazy when I lean into you. Eyes half closed. You say my name slow. Every little shiver says more than you know. Ride this moonlit tide with me. Let the night decide for me. If we're just a moment, or something we keep. Hold my body, hold my breath, till the stars sink into the sea. Ride this moonlit tide with me, till the morning pulls us free. Midnight on the shore. Oh, no. Salt on my lips, sand in my shoes, laughing like we got nothing to lose. Your hair in the wind, head on my chest. World in the distance, here we can rest. Stay with me, midnight on the shore. Don't say a word, let your heartbeat talk more. Every little sigh, every breath I adore.
So this doesn't look like it's going to resolve quickly. I am going to stop the stream here and come back when it's closer to resolving, whether it resolves above or below. But thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for your interest in TradeBlade. If you want more information, go to TradeBladeHQ.com. You can email me at support@TradeBladeHQ.com. You can actually do a product demo directly from the website. This interactive demo here. Here, I'll turn this, pause this for a second. But try the interactive demo if you want.
Welcome to TradeBlade. Hi, I am Carol, your TradeBlade voice guide. I will walk you through every step and explain each feature as you go. To turn off these voice tips at any time, click the Voice Tips button at the top of the screen. Look for the blue Add Pair button in the top right corner of the screen and click it to get started.
And if you just sit and if you're patient and just
The Setup Wizard is open. You will see a drop-down in the center of the panel. That is your primary account selector. Click it and choose your prop firm account from the list. When you have selected it, click the blue Next button at the bottom right. Now choose your hedge account. Click the drop-down and pick a different account from the one you just selected. This is the account that will hold the offsetting position. It should be a separate real money account. Click Next when you are done.
So you get the idea. I won't go through the whole thing, but thank you so much for your attention. Appreciate your time. Good luck out there trading, and check out TradeBlade HQ if you want to get out of the rat race for good. So thank you so much.
TradeBlade offers 3 entry styles. Manual trading levels is where you place